News Miami.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Elliot Rodriguez, and welcome to the CBS News Miami 4 p.m. Quickcast. We're starting with weather, and this man right here is rested and tan.
I tell you.
You took a Wednesday off.
I took a Wednesday off, ready to go, because I'm here through Saturday, and, you know, it's going to be interesting because the weather, I wasn't planned, but I think is going to be very unsettled here. Talk about this, Elliot. The area being monitored by the National Hurricane Center, you may have not seen this yet, but this is the area here that they're monitoring for potential development. I don't think this is going to have a big chance of developing, but it will impact our weather. You see all the rain over the Bahamas? That's coming in our direction. It's essentially a front that's draped through South Florida, and sometimes you get a little spin around the front because the winds are coming in different directions. So, you know, I think for us, this is mainly going to be a big rain event, not so much wind. And take a look at some of the numbers. This is Friday through Sunday. Could be picking up anywhere from 2, 3, up to 4 inches of rainfall, and this is going to continue likely through the early part of next week, probably for Monday as well. So it's something we're going to be watching because it is going to impact your morning commute. And that's what's interesting about this, right? So we don't just have, you know, this afternoon thunderstorm activity. We're going to have rainfall through tonight. So already we're going to be busy tomorrow morning. Your morning commute is going to be wet. So just plan for a slower day tomorrow. Not quite ready to put a next weather alert out. And the reason for that is we haven't rained in the last few days. But look at all this moisture that's just going to be training over us through tomorrow, heading into Saturday and into Sunday. So you see things are pretty quiet, and I think they'll stay that way through the rest of the evening. We've had a couple little showers here and there, but not a big deal. Flows coming from the northeast. Again, this is a different setup because we have that area of low pressure that's going to be riding that front and pushing in our direction, and that in turn is just going to bring all this green right on top of us here. It's a band. You go up to central North Florida, and they're not going to be dealing with much in the way of heavy rainfall. Hello, Friday morning. That is not good. 6 a.m. Tropical downpours. Perhaps you'll hear a little bit of thunder, but it's the rainfall rate or how much rain comes down in an hour. I think we're going to be looking at some big numbers here because this is, again, just about as moist as you get this time of year. Depicting, again, some oranges and reds here. That is going to be pushing in our direction. It's hard to time these. It's not like pop-up thunderstorms. So it's going to be one of those things where we're just going to characterize it as on and off rain. Heavy at times throughout your Friday, 70% rain chance. And again, we'll see what happens through tonight. If we saturate a lot of areas, we may need a next weather alert for Saturday because I think for Saturday and Sunday, both days are going to feature some heavy rainfall as well. Some morning showers, by the way, for the more than pink walk as well. So you're going to need some rain gear, ponchos, or umbrellas. And then heading into next week, by then, yes, we start drying out as rain chances come down to about normal for this time of year, 30 and 40%. Elliot.
New details now on a shooting near a 7-Eleven in Fort Lauderdale. Police say one person was shot and taken to the hospital in critical condition. It happened at 4:30 this morning on East Sunrise Boulevard, a few blocks away from the beach. Police say it looks like an argument between two people escalated and that shots were fired. The suspect fled the scene in a light-colored sedan. If you know anything, give police a call. A convicted killer who was mistakenly released from a Miami-Dade County jail last week is back in custody. The big question at this hour, how was he able to walk out of jail? James Edward Daniels was being held at the TGK jail. He was caught in Georgia, about an hour southeast of Atlanta in Macon. Daniels is convicted of killing two men in Opelika after kidnapping, torturing, and robbing them back in 2020. He was sentenced to life in prison. He served prison time for those murders before being moved last week from a state facility in Lake City to Miami-Dade County to face additional local charges. Over the weekend, corrections officers mistakenly released him. When he was arrested in Georgia, police say he was with a local councilwoman from a town called Reynolds. Tamisha Price is now charged with hindering the apprehension of a criminal. Price was allegedly in contact with Daniels. It's not clear how the two know each other. It's day 2 of the federal government shutdown and a 3-day guaranteed with no new votes scheduled for today. The longer this goes, the more likely some federal workers won't be furloughed but laid off entirely. CBS News Miami's Erica Brown has the story from Capitol Hill.
The deadlock over federal funding continues in Washington on day 2 of the government shutdown, with the White House saying no negotiations are scheduled.
We haven't wanted to negotiate. We just want to keep the government open. That's been the Republican and the Trump White House position since the very beginning. Democrats
are holding firm on reversing cuts to Medicaid and extending subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, which are expiring at the end of the year.
This is a now thing because those premiums are hitting when on November 1st, when that market opens up.
No votes are scheduled in the Senate today in observance of the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur, but they will vote once again on Friday on a short-term spending bill to fund the government through mid-November.
I realize that my Democrat colleagues are facing pressure from members of their far-left base, but they're playing a losing game here.
President Trump is now moving ahead with plans for cuts, writing on social media that he is meeting with his budget director to determine which, quote, Democratic agencies should be cut. In a call with Republicans Wednesday, the White House also warned mass layoffs could come soon.
It's likely going to be in the thousands. It's a very good question, and that's something that the Office of Management and Budget and the entire team at the White House here, again, is unfortunately having to work on today.
The union representing federal workers is suing to stop the layoffs.
We've had shutdown, but not one time have anyone equated firing an employee in conjunction with a furlough. This is the first time this has ever happened, because everybody else understood that it would have been illegal.
Roughly 750,000 federal workers have been furloughed as a result of the shutdown. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
When we come back, there's a new warning about a TikTok challenge that's gaining popularity, and it involves instant noodles. We've got your safety alert about that next. And we invite you to join the CBS Miami team at the More Than Pink Walk. It's this Saturday, October 4th, at the Miami-Dade County Youth Fair and Exposition Grounds in West Miami-Dade. Lauren Pastrana is the MC. Gates open at 7 a.m. and the walk begins at 8:45. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. We have a safety alert to tell you about right now. A new TikTok challenge inspired by the popular Netflix movie K-pop Demon Hunters is leading to burns. A favorite snack of the main characters is ramen noodles. The instant noodles have become an instant hit. Children and teenagers are imitating their favorite characters, simply eating the noodles and posting it on social media. But instant noodles are one of the most common causes of burns in children. A recent study at the University of Chicago found 31% of scalding hospital admissions were caused by instant noodles. Shriners Children's Hospital in Boston is now warning the trend has become dangerous because some children don't know how to safely use a microwave.
Most of the time it's when the children open the microwave themselves. The microwave is usually up high and they reach in and it's a little too hot for them.
The American Burn Association says a scalding injury for adults can occur after contact with 155-degree water for 1 second. Children's skin is thinner, making it easier to burn. Some memories are unforgettable, we all know that, and some will now come with a cost. Snapchat is asking its biggest users to pay a monthly fee to keep their memories. The feature was started back in 2016. It allows people to save videos and photos as opposed to letting them disappear after a while. Users with more than 5 gigabytes worth of memories will now need to pay to keep them available at a cost of $1.99 a month. And calling all Swifties, Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, will be released tomorrow. Swift made the official announcement about her album back in August on the New Heights podcast hosted by her now fiancé and Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. This is Taylor's first release since she regained control over the entire music catalog. So Swifties out there, go get your albums. That's our CBS News Miami Quickcast at 4 o'clock. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS Miami.